Welcome to today's episode of True Crime Chronicles, where we delve into one of the most tragic and significant terrorist attacks in history, the Lockerbie bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. This devastating event not only claimed the lives of 270 people, but also left a lasting impact on the communities involved and changed aviation security forever. On a cold winter evening, December 21st, 1988, Pan Am Flight 103 took off from London Heathrow Airport, bound for New York City. On board were 243 passengers and 16 crew members, many of whom were students returning home for the Christmas holidays. Little did they know that their flight would end in tragedy. As the Boeing 747, affectionately named Clipper Maid of the Seas, climbed to cruising altitude over Scotland, a bomb hidden in the cargo hold detonated. The explosion was catastrophic. It tore apart the aircraft mid-air, sending debris raining down over the small town of Lockerbie. The explosion created a scene of utter chaos. Large sections of the plane crashed into residential areas, destroying homes and claiming the lives of 11 residents on the ground. Imagine living in a quiet town when suddenly, without warning, parts of an airplane fall from the sky. This was the reality for those in Lockerbie that night. Witnesses described a fireball lighting up the sky as wreckage scattered across an area spanning over 845 square miles. The horror unfolded as emergency services rushed to the scene, with over 1,000 police officers and firefighters working tirelessly to recover bodies and evidence. In the days following the bombing, investigators faced an enormous task. The Dumfries and Galloway Constabulary led what would become Britain's largest criminal inquiry. They combed through wreckage and sifted through debris to piece together what had happened. A crucial breakthrough came when investigators discovered a fragment of a circuit board embedded in a scorched piece of clothing found near Lockerbie. This fragment was linked to a timer used in a bomb known to have been manufactured for Libyan terrorists. This evidence would later play a pivotal role in identifying those responsible for this heinous act. After years of investigation, 2 Libyan nationals were charged with murder: Abdelbasset al-Megrahi and Lamin Khalifa Fima. The trial took place in a specially convened Scottish court in the Netherlands, marking a significant moment in international law, as it was one of the first instances where suspects were tried outside their home country for terrorism. In 2001, al-Megrahi was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. However, he was released on compassionate grounds in 2009 after being diagnosed with terminal cancer, sparking outrage among victims' families who felt justice had not been served. The Lockerbie bombing not only affected those aboard Flight 103, but also deeply impacted the families of victims and residents of Lockerbie itself. Many families lost loved ones, mothers, fathers, children, leaving them with grief that would last a lifetime. In Lockerbie, residents opened their hearts and homes to grieving relatives who traveled from around the world to identify their loved ones. The community's response was nothing short of heroic. They set up canteens providing food and support to those affected by this tragedy. In the wake of this disaster, significant changes were made to aviation security protocols worldwide. Families of victims became advocates for change, pushing for stricter regulations on airline safety and counterterrorism measures. Their efforts led to advancements that continue to protect passengers today. Moreover, this tragedy highlighted the importance of international cooperation in combating terrorism. The investigation involved multiple countries working together. law enforcement agencies shared intelligence and resources to bring those responsible to justice. As we reflect on the Lockerbie bombing today, we remember not just the tragedy, but also the resilience of those who survived it, the families who fought for justice and change, and the community that came together in its darkest hour. This story is not just about loss, it's about hope, advocacy, and the enduring spirit of humanity in the face of unimaginable horror. Thank you for joining us on this episode of True Crime Chronicles. We invite you to share your thoughts on this tragic event and how it has shaped our world today. Until next time, stay safe and keep questioning what lies beneath the surface of every story.